People have always been attracted to the sky. Perhaps that is why the world of aviation is so fascinating, representing a unique combination of technology, engineering, speed, and freedom. In this episode, you will see powerful engines, sophisticated navigation systems, high-precision instruments, and unique pilot skills. So, let's go! Watching a takeoff of an F-15C fighter jet a few meters above your head is pure adrenaline. The Rimac Nevera is the fastest electric car in the world today. Its creator, Mate Rimac, shocked the audience by taking him by helicopter to the Lovrenac Forest in Dubrovnik directly from the airport. Transatlantic airliners arriving at St. Martin Airport in the Virgin Islands fly literally over the heads of vacationing tourists. The airport is one of the most dangerous and difficult to land at. In this video, you can see the flight of a B-2 stealth bomber accompanied by F-22 Raptors fighters. The newest light twin-engine EC-135 helicopter is the pride of the Mountain Rescue Service based in northern Italy. Now you can enjoy the takeoff of the well-known Blue Angels team during the air show. The world's largest helicopter, the Mi-26, easily lifts the Tu-134 into the air. Just look at the incredible patterns this Boeing 777 draws in the clouds. The video showed the overflight of a Turkish Air Force Transall C-160D military aircraft low over the city of Kayseri. The plane had a technical problem and had to make an emergency landing as soon as possible. An FA-18 Hornet fighter jet off the Swiss Air Force flies over the audience during the annual air show. A real pro can use a few centimeters of runway for a successful takeoff. The Farnborough International Air Show, held every 2 years in the suburbs of London, is one of the most important events in the global aviation and space industry. These shots show the performance of the Red Arrows acrobatic team of the Royal British Air Force. Wow, just look at what this helicopter is doing right in the air. Such maneuvers seem impossible even in theory, but this pilot shows them in practice. No wonder so many people gathered here. They were lucky to see the amazing sight when a huge plane literally cleaves through the crowds. It's just an incredible fighter flight, so its speed is really impressive. That's a real adrenaline rush, even from watching a video. It may seem like it's just graphics, but it's a real video. I feel goosebumps from this moment. It looks like footage from a horror movie about a disaster. Such an aviation giant as the C-17 does not need special landing strip. It can land virtually anywhere. Such a big surprise awaits those who pass here for the first time. Who would have thought of such an arrangement of the runway? For sure, both pilots and drivers are nervous on this stretch of road. NASCAR fans were delighted when Army Special Forces, maneuvering on an MH-47 Chinook helicopter, landed a Golden Corral 500 supercar on the racetrack. This guy had to make about 30 attempts to land the plane on this small landing pad on top of a 7-star hotel in Dubai. Being an F-16 pilot is a difficult task. I just wonder how these people weren't scared to be under a real flying fighter. Who said that it is impossible to assemble a helicopter yourself by improvised means? This man proves the exact opposite, and very successfully. If you've ever wondered how other planes are transported, then here's the answer. It looks something like this. Even though their sizes differ significantly, this did not prevent the pilots from making such a beautiful and almost synchronous parallel landing. There are no limits to art, even in the air. Take a look at this gorgeous air show with fireworks. It's just impossible to take your eyes off such beauty. This incredible parade in the sky took place in London in honor of the 70th anniversary of Elizabeth II. The scale of the celebration is simply impressive. It took him just 20 seconds to collect the 1,650 gallons of water needed to extinguish the fire. And how do you like such a twist? To be honest, I can't do without your comments here. For some people, diving into the river has nothing to do with relaxing on the beach. Since the front landing gear did not work, the plane touched the runway with its nose. Fortunately, it did not collapse and did not catch fire.
Uh-oh, no, shoot.
Airplanes are a real magnet for lightning because of their metal construction, high speed, and high altitude. To protect against lightning, aircraft usually have special lightning rods and shielding to divert electric charge. It's hard to even imagine how difficult it is for a helicopter pilot to synchronize speed with a ship so that he can lift a person on board. Landing on an aircraft carrier is one of the most difficult and dangerous tasks for military pilots. The process requires a high level of skill, precision, and coordination. Watching it in the first person is incredibly exciting. Helicopters have long been the top assistance of rescue operations in remote mountainous areas. Whoa, that was very close to disaster, but really, it's just a part of an air show in Australia. In case of landing gear failure, the highest skill is required from the pilot to safely perform a belly landing and avoid serious structural damage and fire. This is really an unexpected turn of events, but do not rush to worry because this is not a disaster but an incredible light show right in the sky. When a single person is powerless, scientific progress comes to the rescue. For a long time, airplanes have been used for fire expeditions because with their help, it is much easier to extinguish huge territories without putting anyone in danger. Before watching similar videos, it would be great to buy some sedative pills. One needs nerves of steel here. In this video, you can watch the aircraft's night landing on the deck. It looks pretty creepy. These guys had to work hard in training to achieve such impressive uniformity of movements. This stealth bomber looks like a real extraterrestrial alien ship. Whatever it is, seeing this in life, you can definitely suffer from a panic attack. It turns out that this is what can be seen from the atmosphere of our Earth. Soaring airplanes against the background of an endless expanse of white clouds is a sight of incredible beauty. Your eyes are not lying to you, this is a real flying saucer. Only now it does not belong to aliens at all, but was specially designed by mechanics in China. That's exactly how no one has tried to use drones yet. Surprisingly, this way of lifting a person into the air really works. This amazing aircraft is powered by solar energy, which it consumes using solar panels on the body. Who knows, maybe even in the near future we'll be able to see airplanes that can stay in the air for an unlimited amount of time. The world of surfing has reached a new level. Now you need not an ordinary board to catch a wave, but a helicopter. The snow has created a special, fabulous, magical atmosphere. Flying under a bridge during an aviation show is an extremely difficult and risky maneuver. Even though one plane rocked the water, the pilot managed to quickly correct the mistake and keep moving. This is vivid footage of the landing of a two-seat light attack aircraft called A-37 Dragonfly. In this equally breathtaking footage, the driver almost collided with a low-flying helicopter in thick fog. No matter how unsuccessful the landing was, the most important thing is that everyone remains intact. The aircraft can always be replaced. The ADAC Christoph Europa 1 helicopter lands on the highway during a rescue operation. This incredible footage of the flight of the 29th Combat Aviation Brigade of the U.S. Air Force over M&T Bank Stadium before the game of the Baltimore Ravens football team. Two UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters suddenly appeared over the arena at the end of the national anthem. This helicopter surpasses all other single-engine vehicles in its class in terms of technical characteristics, versatility, safety level, and affordability. The H-125 has a high rate of climb and is designed for flights in extreme climatic and geographical conditions. Now you can witness how the American McDonnell Douglas FA-18C Hornet carrier-based fighter bomber sweeps past an aircraft carrier at supersonic speed. The aircraft demonstrates to the audience a characteristic cloud of condensation and a sonic boom. Indian Air Force pilots demonstrate their skills over the skies of Delhi. It takes time for the helicopter to take off. Usually the blades begin to slowly gain speed and gradually lift the helicopter into the air. The helicopter blades in these frames seem to be standing still, but it is rising. This phenomenon can be explained. Most likely, the frame rate of the shooting coincides with the rotation frequency of the blades, which is why it seems that the blades are standing still. JATO is a type of auxiliary takeoff into the air for an overloaded aircraft due to additional thrust in the form of small rockets. It's an impressive sight, isn't it? What's that? Are these UFOs? No, it's just a passenger A380 cutting through the horizon.
What an incredible footage! We always strive to choose the best content for you.
Can you imagine seeing a supersonic fighter that appeared literally out of nowhere while you're quietly sunbathing on the beach? In this case, the emotions are exactly the opposite. Watching a burning engine from the porthole is definitely not the most pleasant activity. Even the most experienced pilots face unexpected difficulties. Upon landing, the helicopter, hitting the high voltage line with its blades, managed to land safely. Landing a plane in heavy snowfall is a real test for pilots, but for professionals, this is a common thing that requires only skills and confidence. This footage shows the hovering flight of the AV-8B Harrier aircraft. The Spanish Navy on Rota Beach is part of an aviation exhibition dedicated to the 100th anniversary of naval aviation. In this footage from Arizona, the pilot of a light engine aircraft with a failed landing gear skillfully puts it on the ground. This video shows the aerial refueling of a Grumman EA-6 Prowler aircraft of the U.S. Air Force. Lightning strikes a passenger liner flying over London. The DHC-6300 aircraft was landing when its gear tire burst. The plane landed safely, but was unable to leave the runway. The passengers of the 20-seater plane pushed the aircraft themselves to remove it from the airport runway. The Caribbean island of Saba is home to one of the most extreme runways in the world. Its length is less than 400 meters. These shots show the almost vertical takeoff of the Airbus A380, a wide-body double-decker airliner. Probably the author of this video experienced not the most pleasant emotions watching the rivets go out of the fuselage skin right during the flight. These shots allow you to see the incredible capabilities of the American heavy military transport helicopter Boeing CH-47 Chinook. Going to Panama Beach in Florida, you hardly expect that at some point a supersonic fighter jet will sweep over it. But if a rescue helicopter is going to land on the beach, it's better to choose a safer place to shoot. The Robinson R-44 helicopter has proven itself well in the field of agriculture. Two planes almost collided during a flight near the British Eastbourne. Thanks to the quick reaction of one of the pilots, the disaster was avoided. A video camera in the cockpit of one of the pilots recorded how the planes passed just a few hundred meters from each other. The pilot of the Cessna A150K light aircraft shows incredible skills by performing amazing aerobatics. The Air Force Commandos set a unique record for the number of landings. During the exercises, they performed more than 12,000 skydiving jumps. What are those white stripes around the blades of helicopters? Vortices at the end of the wings and rotor blades are associated with induced drag, creating a downward flow, and are a fundamental consequence of the creation of three-dimensional lift. This light aircraft makes an emergency landing on water during the Oshkosh Air Show in Wisconsin. To see a thunderstorm through the eyes of a passenger liner pilot and through the eyes of a simple layman are two different things. Here's an incredible flight of two F-14 Tomcat fighters at sunset. This Boeing 787 has landed in Antarctica. There were 45 people on board the plane, mostly scientists from the Norwegian Polar Institute. The Boeing 787 also delivered 12 tons of equipment to Antarctica, which was needed to explore the area. This is a video of the landing of the E-2 Hawkeye tactical helicopter on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt in bad weather. The Emirates 777A6 Eno plane practically turns around in strong gusts of wind when landing at Newcastle Airport. The pilot of the glider makes an emergency landing in the middle of a field in the suburbs of Vilnius. This is how the CL-415 firefighting aircraft works. The footage was made in Canada, in Northern Ontario. The AK-13 light helicopter, weighing only 390 kilograms, is a frequent guest at the air show, and the pilots always have something to surprise the audience with. An American military transport aircraft, C-17 Globemaster III, flew over Qualcomm Stadium during the last home game of the San Diego Chargers. The Aviation Club from Bangladesh, Sharifa, shot unique footage of a flight on a flying boat for the Discovery Channel. The modern version of the Mi-34C-1 helicopter meets the highest international standards of safety, maneuverability, pilot comfort, ease of maintenance, and level of operating costs. What do you know about the most difficult places to land? This pilot is a guy with nerves of steel. Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter pilot Anders Nielsen conducts a rescue operation in the mountains of Colorado, rescuing climbers at North Maroon Peak.
It was so cool! It's hard to comprehend how this is even possible.
This is the operation of the Canadair aircraft during the extinguishing of one of the fires. In these shots, an ambulance helicopter lands on the roadway in the Viborg Highway. Flying military transport aircraft at extremely low altitudes is truly an exciting sight. As you can see, rich people have their own quirks. The lights made the flight of this plane even more beautiful. I wonder what else he feels at this moment besides delight. It's good that he knew about the need to lie down on the ground to shoot a video, otherwise he would have definitely fallen off his feet. Fighter pilots can perform unthinkable maneuvers in the air. Wow, the best pilots were definitely chosen to perform such a special operation. When an airplane takes off in high humidity conditions, additional visual effects appear. It is impossible to ignore or underestimate such a declaration of love. Even though the drivers experienced a very stressful situation, the pilot managed to land safely and avoid a collision with cars.
What an incredible footage! We always strive to choose the best content for you.
Controlling an aircraft is one thing, but it's quite another to land it so spectacularly. Unfortunately, this is not some kind of air show. This is how massive fires are extinguished with the help of airplanes when a person is unable to cope on their own. How sweet it is! It seems that they are holding hands just like lovers. You have definitely not seen such an airplane model yet. Everyone knows that being a pilot is not easy, but for the sake of such wonderful views, one can be patient. Right now, you have the opportunity to look at the mechanism of operation of fireplanes almost from the inside. What a level of speed! I'm sure that unsuspecting fishermen in boats were just stunned by such a performance in broad daylight. The aviation show is impressive when we watch it from the surface of the Earth. It's a whole new thing when we can see it from the air. If necessary, a fire helicopter can draw water from a private pool near the fire site. It's a very unusual way to experience thrills, but is such a risk justified? As we all know, the world of technology does not stand still. Perhaps soon, more and more fighter jets will be equipped with drones. Unfortunately, the first attempt to make an emergency landing with faulty landing gear was unsuccessful, so he had to go on a second lap.
Here's your first rep. This guy's going to rep. Hey man, no gear down. The props are all messed up. He's going to crash.
By doing so, they warm up the new engine and get rid of excess oil in it. This is footage of the training of pilots of the Bell 212 helicopter of the Austrian Air Force Forest Fire Brigade. It is difficult to even imagine the modern world without the best rescue assistance. I'm talking about helicopters.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
The audience was lucky enough to see such an exciting sight today. They will probably dream of going to various aviation shows after that. Let's hope he's at least being paid extra for dangerous working conditions. The sky is a place of incredible events and amazing stories. You never know what might happen up there in the sky, and that's what makes every moment of flight so special. The takeoff weight of this aircraft is 640 tons. This is the heaviest cargo plane ever to take to the air. What could be better than combining the vivid impressions of an aviation show with a vacation on the beach? The North American XB-70 Valkyrie is a project of the American supersonic high-altitude bomber of the 1950s. It was conceived by the U.S. Strategic Aviation Command as an aircraft that was supposed to fly at a speed corresponding to 3 Mach. 2 of these aircraft were built and performed test flights in the 1960s. A little more and a very unusual accident involving an airplane could happen, but the pilot has everything under control as always. Extreme aircraft landings are not that uncommon, which cannot be said about landing on the water surface. The successful outcome of such a dangerous maneuver depends on numerous factors, yet sometimes the situation forces pilots to take risks. Fighters have always attracted attention with their beauty, speed, maneuverability, and technology. Unsurprisingly, they are constantly being upgraded and made more functional.
We're sure that our episode has impressed you. In fact, we always strive to choose the best ones for you. And we want to thank our regular subscribers and warmly welcome new ones.